Well, hello there. This is Bug Eater 64, and we're getting ready to do a flight in the C130 Hercules. Now, we're going to be flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so this is going to be Captain Sim's newest version of the C130, and we're going to be making a flight. It's only about 223 miles, about like that. It's flying from Galveston, KGLS, up to Dallas Fort Worth, KDFW, and we're going to be carrying cargo, about 19,000 pounds of cargo up there, and just a short run. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to test the GPS autopilot, and also this will be an ILS flight. The weather is horrendous. We've got thunderstorms and rain, and so we're just going to get in the aircraft, and we're going to try and get this C-130 up there and land it safely using ILS approach, and we'll see you inside the aircraft, and let's get going. All right, see you inside. Okay, so here we are at Shoals International at Galveston, and the Lockheed C-130 Hercules. And you can tell it is dark outside. It really is ugly. We've got thunderstorms, heavy rain, and so it'll make for an interesting flight. But I think we're going to be flying at about 8,000 feet for most of the flight, and that should put us above the clouds. So we'll go ahead and check our controls, make sure they're free and clear, and we'll go ahead and let's see, okay, that works good for our flaps. Okay, throttles are working. Got them set up to my Warthog flight stick and throttle quadrant. Okay, so up here, let's go ahead and get some power to the aircraft. We'll get the battery on, then we're also going to get the APU.
Houston clearance delivery, Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 IFR to DFW, ready to copy.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 is cleared to DFW Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 36, climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 134.45 squawk 00 tree.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 cleared to DFW Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 36, climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 134.45 squawk 00 tree.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, read back correct. Contact ground on 118.625. Good day.
Okay, so that's going to be taking off runway 36, so that's fine. We'll get our mixtures to full rich. With this particular module, you have to leave them there. If you pull them back to auto lean or auto rich, anything else other than full rich, the engine shut down. So no big deal, but have to know that. So we've got engine 1 going to be spooling up. Okay, so it's starting. So we got a good engine start on 1. Let's get some lights on, like our nav lights and beacon. Alright, so we'll start engine 3 next. Why do we do that? No particular reason. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, or start with 3, which is I'm kind of used to. In the older aircraft, your electrical systems and different pumps and stuff like that and generators were connected to engine 3, so you started engine 3 first to get electrical power to the aircraft, and then you could turn off the APU or ground power and then finish your engine starts. But with this particular aircraft, it's not necessary to do that. So okay, so we got starting engine 4 now. And we got a good engine 4. Okay, it looks like, let's look at, there's our taxi lights, and we'll get the landing lights, outer ones extended. Go ahead and do that now since it's relatively dark outside. We'll go ahead and turn them on. Looks like engine 2 did not start. We'll worry about that in a minute. Yeah, so we don't have engine power from engine 2's generator. Okay, so we'll go ahead and leave that off for right now. Okay, so we'll go ahead and boy, it's dark outside. Yeah, let's. Okay, so double check everything. Nothing here on the clipboard is highlighted, so that's good. We're going to go ahead and get some interior lights going. Yeah, it's all clear. Let's get rid of the clipboard. Let's see, okay. We can put this up to the nav, and that way it'll follow our flight plan GPS. So that'll be good. Okay. Yeah, engine 2, if we look over on the right, the gauges is not operating. So, okay, let's go ahead. Oh, and you can see the rain. Let's get the lights on. interior lights. Make it a little easier to see what we're doing. Okay, so yeah, we'll get ready for IFR flight and our ILS approach and landing. Yeah, get a little light in here, so it makes it much easier to see what we are doing. Okay, let's move over to our co-pilot's position and get some lights on. Yeah, that's better, much better. Alrighty, so let's get ready for taxi.
Kilo Golf Lima Sierra, automated weather observation 1400 Zulu. Wind 028 at 14. Visibility 5 in heavy rain. Sky condition, ceiling 1,800 feet overcast. Temperature 26 Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter 29091. Kilo Golf Lima Sierra, automated weather observation 1400 Zulu. Wind
Okay,
028
so
at 14.
yeah, heavy rain, 1,800 foot
Ground Air
ceiling.
Force Charlie Sierra 130 ready to taxi IFR.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, taxi to and hold short of runway tree 6 using taxiway Bravo Cross runway tree 2. Contact tower on 120.575 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway tree 6 using taxiway Bravo Cross runway tree 2 Air Force Charlie Sierra 130.
Okay, so we're ready to taxi. Brake is released. Okay. So we'll go ahead and pull out, and then I'm going to stop here and we'll get engine number 2 started. Now, I have in the past actually gone ahead and taxied with only 2 engines running. It's no big deal. But we'll go ahead and get her up to speed. Look at our N2, and she is spinning up. There we go. Okay, so we now have 4 good engines running. Okay, so that's all looking good. So we've got a relatively long taxi down to 3.6. So we'll get there as quickly as possible. We have the flaps already in takeoff configuration. Okay, well, after that taxi, we're approaching the runway here. And we'll get ready to do our pre-takeoff checks and talk to the tower, get permission to take off. And we will begin our IFR flight. See just how well this Captain Sims aircraft follows the flight plan.
Tower Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 ready for IFR departure runway 36.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, altimeter 29er.901, wind 048 at 10. Cleared for takeoff runway 36.
Cleared for takeoff runway 36 Air Force Charlie Sierra 130.
Okay, everything is good. We got our clearances. Let's get out on this runway and get out of here. Now the windscreen wipers do work, but there's no need for them. So with that, let's go ahead, get lined up and add power and be gone. Airspeed's alive. And rotate. And we have positive rate. So gear coming up. Whew.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, contact Houston. Departure on 134.45. Good day.
134.45 Air Force Charlie Sierra 130. Goodbye. Houston departure Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 is at 1,000 feet climbing 9,000 feet.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 Houston departure altimeter 29er.901 radar contact. Continue.
Yeah, right now we are full instruments. Let's go ahead and get the autopilot turned on. And get this set up here. Yeah, get our climb rate. And turn that so it'll follow our GPS. Now this is an FS Airlines flight, and I'm going to get penalized because I broke the 250 mile per hours below 10,000. But really, I don't care. It's just, I'll get penalized. I'll eat that one. This bird actually likes to cruise at about 290, but
Houston Departure Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 requests destination change to DFW.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 is cleared to DFW Airport as filed. Squawk 00 tree tree.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 cleared to DFW Airport as filed. Squawk 00 tree tree.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, read back correct. Radar contact 3,000 feet. Altimeter 29er, to continue to driver turning and following heading tree 0. Resume on navigation climb and maintain 8,700 feet.
Continue to driver turning and following heading tree 0. Resume on navigation climb and maintain 8,700 feet. Air Force Charlie Sierra 130.
okay, so instead of 9,000 feet, which my flight plan called for, they want me at 8,700 feet, which is no big deal. And so we'll climb to that.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, contact Houston Center on 133.4. Good day.
Going to 133.4. Air Force Charlie Sierra 130. Houston Center Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 is passing 3,900 feet, climbing 8,700 feet.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, Houston Center altimeter 29er tree radar contact. Continue to jammer.
Alright, so let's get there. Everything is working just fine. GPS flight plan it's working fine. IFR. Airplane's working as it's supposed to. So what'll be interesting is if once we set it up, if it will catch the ILS approach, and we'll see how that goes very shortly. Okay, so we're just over 8,000.
Going to 126.725 Air Force Charlie Sierra 130. Fort Worth Center Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, 8,000 feet.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, Fort Worth Center altimeter 30.08 radar contact. Continue to gallop.
Okay, we'll get ready here to set up our ILS approach. It is definitely a cloudy day. But so far everything has gone just as it should. The airplane is operating as expected and no issues to speak of. Okay, so we have set up our ILS, so we'll turn that over. Hopefully it'll pick up the approach. So with this aircraft, you don't have any FMS or FMC or anything, or GTN 750 or anything like that to see your flight plan. But basically, you can use the map, the VFR map, or maybe even Navigraph, SimBrief, little nav map, and see where you are and make sure that it is following
Air Force Charlie Sierra
the flight plan.
130 descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Okay, so
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Air Force Charlie Sierra 130.
okay, so now we get down to 5,000 feet. But
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 contact regional approach on 119.4.
it does follow the GPS quite well.
119.4 Air Force Charlie Sierra 130. Goodbye. Regional approach. Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 is passing 7,400 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 regional approach altimeter 30.13 radar contact. Continue to gallop. Envoy tree 729er, climb and maintain 5,000 feet.
Okay, so we are at 7,800 feet right now.
Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Envoy tree 729er. Envoy tree 729er, descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, please expedite your descent 5,000
And
feet.
we can do that.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Envoy tree 729er.
Okay, we're doing about 1,230 or 1,300 feet a minute on our descent. Passing 6,000 feet on our way to 5.
Envoy tree 729er, you are 11 miles south of DFW. Contact DFW tower on 124.15 when inbound on the approach. Tower on 124.15 Envoy tree 729er.
Okay, it looks okay. It has picked up the approach. So, autopilot is working quite well, as expected.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, you are 300 feet below your assigned
Oh,
altitude.
sorry about that.
Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Altimeter 30.12.
Uno momento.
Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Air Force Charlie Sierra 130.
Okay, so
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
okay.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Air Force Charlie Sierra 130.
All right. So 4,100 feet on our way to 3,000. Okay, we've got our first degree of flaps down. Just start slowing us down. We're at about 190 knots, 195 knots right now. Yeah, let's get down to 1,000 or 3,000 feet. We picked up the ILS. Okay, so everything is looking good. Operating as expected. And approaching 3,000 feet.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130, you are 12 miles south of DFW. Contact DFW Tower on 124.15 when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 124.15 Air Force Charlie Sierra 130. DFW Tower Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 11 miles south inbound ILS runway 35 right approach.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 DFW Tower. Altimeter 30.14 when 02 tree at 8. Cleared ILS runway 35 right approach.
Yeah, rainbow out the left side.
Cleared
That's
ILS
always a
runway
good
35
sign.
right approach Air Force Charlie Sierra 130.
Gear coming down. ILS approach is working quite well. Those clouds are thick. I don't see the runway yet. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, right in front of us. Right where it's supposed to be. And we are on glide path.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 when 02 tree at 8. Cleared to land runway 35 right.
Cleared to land runway 35 right Air Force Charlie Sierra 130.
And what we're going to do is go ahead and turn off flight plan because I like to hand fly. So, aircraft is mine. Okay. Next degree of flaps, start slowing this girl down. We're on the glide approach. Little bit of a crosswind, but not bad. Touchdown. Now hit the reversers because I'm going too fast and they don't appear to be working. So grab full brakes. And what we're going to do is we'll just cut across this grass here, and there's another taxiway over there.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 contact ground on 131.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, not a bad landing. And what can I tell you?
Going to 131.1 Air Force Charlie Sierra 130.
Huh. Okay, well, that was probably on me when it came to the reversers. Because I probably got them set up for incremental. Yeah, they're working. Yep, that's me. Gotta hold the switch and then move the throttle handles. In my other sims, I just hit the buttons and they go full reverse. So yeah,
Delta
pilot air.
Follow the aircraft on final.
Okay, so let's get everything here.
Clear to land runway 35 right.
Flaps are up.
Clear to land runway 35 right, Delta 873.
So let's park this girl.
DFW Ground Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 request taxi to parking.
Air Force Charlie Sierra 130 taxi to general aviation parking.
Taxiing to general aviation parking Air Force Charlie Sierra 130.
Oop, 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 oop. Yeah. Pay attention to what you're doing, William.
DFW Ground American 1316 requesting the end of pushback.
The old bug eater's too busy looking at his other monitor and not paying attention which way the aircraft's going.
DFW Ground American 1316 with whiskey ready to taxi IFR. American 1316 taxi to and hold short of runway 35 left via taxiway.
Yeah, it's been raining here. You can see
35 left Lima 6 Lima Echo Romeo. Contact
water puddles over on the left side of the aircraft. So anyway, let's get this thing parked and call it a day.
DFW Ground American 2579er requesting pushback. American 2579er pushback request accepted.
Okay. And we are done. Well, all right then. you know, an uneventful flight is a boring flight, which is a good flight. And this went really well until the landing, and that is all on me, because since I fly 3 different flight simulators, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, X-Plane 12, and DCS, and I have the C130 Hercules in all 3 of the flight sims, well, I have a problem getting or remembering, because remember, I'm an old fart, but I have a hard time remembering on occasion which button and which procedures I have set up for my reversers. So I hit the right button when I was landing, but I forgot that in the Microsoft version, I have to hit the button, and it doesn't hold the reversers on full reverse, but I have to actually move my HOTAS, and I have the Warthog HOTAS, and so that didn't come on. But no problem. We just, this is a multi-terrain aircraft, and we just went across the grass, picked up the other taxiway, and all was good. So, my bad. Wasn't perfect, but the flight was a safe flight, and we just added a little excitement at the very end. So, hope you enjoyed it. We got the flight done. I'm very happy with the way the Captain Sim Hercules operated. It was very good. The one thing that I will say is that it's a vast improvement over some of his other modules, but it worked just fine, and I really enjoyed it. And the fact that it followed the flight plan that I had made me very happy, and it all worked just the way it did. It picked up the approach vector and the ILS and brought us down. Now, I could have let the aircraft fly itself with the autopilot much closer to the runway, but I also enjoy really hand flying this aircraft. So, with that being said, glad you came. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Bug Eater 64, and until our next flight, remember, safe flying.